What's poppin' with it, gang? We back with another reaction video. Today we're gonna be reacting to the No Jumper Rico proves Adam 22 was an agent the whole time. You know, before the video even start, I ain't even gonna lie. There was a point in time where No Jumper was really that. Everybody wanted to be on No Jumper. Everybody wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? If you got on No Jumper interview from No Jumper, you was hot. You know what I'm saying? But now, no, it's just crazy. It's just a whole lot of other shit now. I guess that's the media world, but it is what it is. And they do be moving like they agents. I ain't gonna lie, they do be moving like they informants, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna get into the video, see what Truth gotta say, you know what I'm saying? Hey, one thing about Truth is, bro, he gonna speak that it, you know what I'm saying? He gonna speak that, yeah. But, you know, see what he gotta say on this one.
For years, hip-hop fans have speculated that hip-hop media personalities like Vlad TV were secret police operatives. It's been a long-running rumor that Vlad is the feds and that he has been setting up his Vlad TV guests to snitch on themselves, as many rappers have gone onto his platform and incriminated themselves for the world to see. While people like Keefe D snitched on themselves on Vlad's platform, realistically, Keefe D had already snitched on himself in his own book. And although many other rappers have snitched on themselves during interviews, Vlad vehemently denies being an operative. While Vlad might not be an agent, recently one media personality has been exposed for being an agent all along, with his platform playing a role in the demise of his co-host and many others in the urban community. That man is Adam 22, and his No Jumper platform was just cited in a criminal indictment, bringing down several gang members in LA. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we will be talking about the No Jumper Rico. Let's get right into it. Since the first video I made on Adam 22, I have pointed out the fact that Adam isn't who he seems to be. Think about it. An outsider who isn't from the culture ends up popping up out of nowhere in the 2010s and becomes the head of the biggest hip-hop platform in LA. A man who clearly didn't grow up listening to hip-hop or had any love for it managed to grow one of the biggest hip-hop platforms in LA in the center of gang culture. While so many people watch Adam 22 and think he's a goofball, what they don't know is that Adam is directly connected to some very powerful people. As I revealed long ago, Adam 22 is the son of Philip J. Grand Mason. The reason this is important is because Philip actually worked for former President Bill Clinton. In fact, they were great friends, with Philip and his son Adam hanging out at Clinton's home on many occasions. Adam's father and Bill Clinton were such good friends that Bill Clinton gave Adam's father a presidential pardon, as Philip J. Grand Mason was accused of election fraud and other federal charges back in the day. So not only did Philip and his son Adam 22 hang out at the Clintons, but Bill personally pardoned his father. This is a clear connection between Adam 22 and the elite, with Adam himself admitting his connections to the Clintons on this old podcast appearance.
Wikipedia, it says that your father was really good friends with Bill Clinton.
He was.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
The whole thing. My dad was like a Democrat working on local campaigns and stuff at that time when I'm in like second grade. And so my dad's like helping him out and was like a part of the campaign. Like we would be going to Bill Clinton events and on the weekend when I was a kid and stuff. And yeah, my dad helped him win his initial presidency. And my dad went down for a fucking like basically like a corporate crime type thing where he was like accused of misusing his power in the local government to award a contract to his employer. So my dad goes to prison in like 95 for like a year, and then when he gets out, Bill Clinton leaves office a couple of years later, and Bill Clinton gives my dad a presidential pardon.
As you can see, Adam 22 isn't some random white guy who ended up in hip-hop. He's a man with powerful connections who I believe was planted in hip-hop as an operative to manipulate and destroy the urban community. Even his last name is a dead giveaway, as his last name is Grand Mason. I know in French, Mason spelled with an I means big house, but Adam 22 isn't of French descent. His last name is Grand Mason, just like the Freemason leaders who are called Grand Worshipful Masters. Now when you realize he's connected to the Clintons and his last...
So like that's his real like real last name. like real last name. Like he ain't changed that. That's like his real deal last name. That's kind of fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. That's fucking crazy.
Last name is Grand Mason, things start to look suspicious. Now let's calculate all of that for a second. Adam Grand Mason was connected to the Clintons, randomly became one of the biggest hip-hop media personalities out of nowhere. A platform that he used to invite gang members and trick them into incriminating themselves on camera. A platform that just aided the feds in an arrest of several Crip members who were regulars on his show and repeatedly snitched on themselves. Almost 3 years ago, I made this video calling Adam 22 out for being a plant, an agent planted in hip-hop to corrupt and destroy. Adam 22 saw this video I made on him, and it made him upset, responding to my video on his podcast.
They told me yesterday on my Twitch that you was a Satanist and that you're pushing on the community.
That sounds like a different accusation, though. I thought that I was part of the Illuminati. I think being a Satanist guy is kind of different.
It started off.
Surviving 22?
It started off. They was like, AD, you're afraid to watch the video, tell the truth about Adam. And I was like,
the video?
Oh, bro, they just kept spamming it. And I was like, what
There's
are
a
y'all talking
YouTube video
about?
basically saying that I'm part of the Illuminati. That explains how I got into this position as a YouTuber.
When
and
did this
stuff.
come out?
A couple weeks ago, I think. I mean, it's not like that big. It was like 30,000
But
views.
bro,
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm watching it, and then I'm like, okay, this was a waste of time. They're like, no, they got AD too. He's part of it now too.
When I watched it, I was kind of like, oh, so this whole channel kind of like a joke channel? Because it didn't feel like they were really like trying to put forward an argument that anyone would take serious. It felt like it was more just like, oh, well, what about this? This seems a little particular. Like, what about this? Well, what about it was kind of like, I felt like it seemed like a joke, but I feel like maybe some people take it serious and they actually think I'm Illuminati.
They told me your dad was a Fed and said nothing about your dad being a Fed.
My dad was not.
And I was like,
a Fed. He
why
was
would his
in the
dad have
feds.
to be pardoned if he was a federal agent?
My
That's
dad was
crazy.
in
That doesn't make no
prison
sense.
for a year.
I
If he was
feel
a
like
Fed, wouldn't that have kept him out of prison?
Did you cry?
People think that me having a dad who worked in local politics means that clearly I was involved in some sort of secretive satanic cabal.
I don't get how that correlates to each other at all.
It was like he was a volunteer. So let's say that.
He got pardoned, didn't he?
He got pardoned many years later, yeah.
The first tattoo we need to talk about is the one on his face. Adam tattooed an inverted cross on.
I ain't never noticed that. Did you, bro?
What?
The little upside down cross.
When I called him out for lying in his response, he then responded under my video and tried to deny what I said about him. Even though I had all the evidence to prove Adam 22 is an agent. This no jumper indictment proves everything I said all those years ago. Adam 22, or should I say Agent 22, came in with an agenda to push destruction to the urban community. This was proven true all those years back when Adam 22 reacted to my video, trying to discredit my information, which was clear as day. But after I pointed out that he was the one lying, he stopped responding. He wanted me to believe he never saw my video but was commenting on my video when my channel only had under 100k subs. How did he comment on my video if he wasn't watching my channel? Clearly, he was lying and he did it in efforts of covering up what he really is. Something he has taken a step further by removing all the information about his father working for the Clintons off of Wikipedia. Do you really think it's a coincidence that the no jumper indictment came? Do you think it's a coincidence that Adam, a plant, invited a bunch of gang members to incriminate themselves on his platform for views, and now they're all in jail? This has been Adam 22's purpose all along, and by the end of this video, you will see just that. In order to understand my point, we have to take a look at No Jumper so we can see what he has done over the years. Over the years, Adam 22 built himself a platform in the hip-hop media space that has managed to grow over 4 million subscribers, growing his platform along the SoundCloud era of hip-hop, where he went viral multiple times for interviewing the upcoming rappers of the time. One of the biggest moments was when he interviewed
That's what I'm saying. Like, hold on.
Tentacion, right before his career took off to massive heights. The interview became his most viewed interview, reaching over 22 million views as the day of this recording. This made Adam and No Jumper a sought-out platform for upcoming talent. This helped him grow his No Jumper platform from nothing into what it is today, one of the biggest independent hip-hop platforms on YouTube. For a long time, things were going great for Adam 22, but eventually that all changed when Adam became so desperate to keep his platform popular that he started embarrassing himself for the world to see. Soon, many of his co-hosts quit on him, and this started the downfall of Adam, as he began doing all the wrong things for attention. First, he started producing adult films with his wife, which he began aggressively promoting on No Jumper. Then many of his podcast hosts like AD, T-Rel, and others abruptly left the No Jumper platform, blaming Adam for being unloyal, which Adam wouldn't take accountability for, even though it was clearly due to his actions that they quit. After this, Adam22 decided to marry his longtime girlfriend Lena the Plug, an adult film actress, only to pimp her out for views, letting her film an adult film with another man, which he went on a press tour to promote. While this got him some attention, it didn't last very long. So Adam kept going to new extremes for attention. He eventually came up with the great idea to create a game show where he would pimp out his wife to other adult film stars, with the winner of the game show given the opportunity to make an adult film with his wife. When this didn't work for Adam22's comeback, he decided to pretend to be gay and tried to trick the internet into thinking he was going to film an adult film with another man. After all of these shenanigans didn't work, Adam once again focused on his original plan of bringing down the urban community by infiltrating it. At the beginning of No Jumper, Adam22 has zero gang ties. He didn't really have any gang members on the screen on his shows. When he first introduced castmates, it was really just him, Housephone, and Camgirl. They spoke about hip-hop and other trending cultural things on their weekly No Jumper show. Eventually, this slowly started to change, as Adam22 would fire his old co-hosts and replace them with known gang members. Adam22 would bring in AD and T-Rel, two known Crips, to become hosts on his show. Some people saw this as Adam trying to get street cred, but now we know what his plan was all along. While AD and T-Rel were on the platform, they repeatedly made it known they were Crips, so much so that No Jumper started looking like a Crip platform. Thankfully for AD and T-Rel, they managed to escape without ending up in handcuffs. Adam then got a hold of Crip Mac, who just like AD and T-Rel, snitched on himself endless times on No Jumper. Adam interviewed Crip Mac many times, eventually putting him on the No Jumper cast to continue to incriminate himself. Unlike AD and T-Rel, Crip Mac wasn't lucky enough to escape with his freedom, as right now he's in prison, and it's pretty clear all that snitching he did on No Jumper played a role in this. Crip Mac is only one of the members of the No Jumper cast who ended up behind bars, but now there are more. After AD and T-Rel managed to escape No Jumper with their freedom, Adam22 replaced them with a new co-host, Brick Baby, who just so happened to be another member of the Crips, specifically the Rolling 60 Crip gang. Just like others before him, Brick Baby didn't take long to begin to incriminate himself on the No Jumper platform, revealing on several occasions that he was a killer and one of the most feared Crips in the city.
Any that ride with cuz on the dead homies, it is what it is. On 6-0 Crip. And me and cuz crash this together, or by myself on the dead homies. Man, cuz I'm 6-0 Crip. Stop playing with me, cuz. On the hood, don't nobody tell me nothing.
All while Adam22 sat back and collected the views from Brick Baby's self-snitching. On top of Brick Baby, Adam began inviting all types of other gang members on his platforms to snitch on themselves, like Snoopy Badass and several others. No Jumper became the outlet for gang members to beef with other gang members, and Adam22, the man who wasn't a part of this culture, benefited from it all. He was rubbing his hands together the whole time, as his plan was working perfectly. Another gang member that started appearing on his platform was Whack 100, who claims to be a leading member of the Pyru Blood Gang. Whack 100 ended having a full-on No Jumper show with Adam22, where he eventually brought in other gang members to the show, like a man by the name of Loose Cannon. As his name would imply, Loose Cannon had some loose lips, and he quickly began to incriminate himself routinely on the No Jumper show. Loose Cannon admitted on camera that he had personally robbed multiple rappers and others, claiming to have terrorized several people and extorting them for their money, going as far as to claim that he personally robbed Meek Mill.
When I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So,
the club, when you sweated them in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
No, yeah, they sent that because I called Ross. I'm like, Ross,
Boy, this shit get crazy.
Drop off the 50,000 and we're going to let Meek live on Crib. So Ross dropped off the 50,000. And so me and the homies, we go back. He stopped answering the phone. He stopped picking up. And we were like, what you doing? Like 2 days later, he called me. He was like, oh, nephew, where you at? And I'm like, Nick, where my money at? And he was like, oh, I needed it for bills. I needed it for... I'm like, what? Like, cuz...
Loose Cannon also called out Big U, claiming that Big U was involved in the death of Nipsey Hussle. Now, all of this is important because as of recent, all of this self-snitching orchestrated by Adam 22 finally paid off, as what's now being called the No Jumper indictment has commenced, and people are getting arrested left and right. Just a few days back, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, and the Rolling 60s Crip leader Big U were all arrested on Rico charges.
I'm Joe McNally, the acting United States Attorney here in Los Angeles. Today, we're here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang, the entertainment industry, and a youth charity to further his own criminal enterprise, an enterprise engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, human trafficking, COVID fraud, and other felonies. Mr. Henley and several other individuals linked to him and his criminal enterprise were charged in a criminal complaint with federal racketeering conspiracy. Mr. Henley is a fugitive, and he is currently wanted by federal law enforcement. Other individuals linked to his criminal enterprise were arrested today, approximately 10 defendants who are charged in various indictments. Again, Mr. Henley is a fugitive. 4 defendants are in state custody and will be transferred into federal custody, and we are still seeking Mr. Henley and another fugitive. The Department of Justice's top priority is eliminating violent crime caused by criminal street gangs and organized crime. These organizations cause a tremendous amount of harm in our communities, and today's arrests are part of our office's efforts, FBI, IRS, LAPD, the team you see up here, to make our communities safer and rid our streets of these criminal street gangs, including ones operated by violent felons like Mr. Henley, who are posing as savvy businessmen and community leaders, but in the end are violent criminals.
While criminals being arrested isn't anything new, what is interesting about this arrest is that No Jumper is written all over this indictment, with over 40% of the indictment citing No Jumper directly. The feds are revealing that they literally got their information from No Jumper interviews, podcast shows, and conversations. Now, Adam 22 is watching all his co-hosts get arrested and facing life in prison, knowing he made the agency proud. Let's go over some of the key details listed in this indictment. A few days back, the feds picked up Brick Baby and Loose Cannon, while they let the world know they were looking for Big U. Big U eventually turned himself in and is now being charged with Rico, being accused of running a mafia-like operation with his Rolling 60 Crip gang. According to the feds, Big U committed several crimes, like allegedly orchestrating a criminal enterprise that engaged in extortion, robbery, fraud, trafficking, and even murder. The feds claim that Big U extorted several celebrities, forcing them to donate to his charity, which was a front, with celebrities like Shaq and others donating big money, which Big U then embezzled. They also claimed he forced rappers and celebrities to pay him for protection from his own gang in a check-and-in scheme, where famous celebs who were visiting LA would have to pay him for their protection or get robbed by them. Most disturbingly, the feds claim Big U took out one of his own artists, a young rapper who Big U signed but ended up getting into a disagreement with. Big U then allegedly had the younger rapper taken out and his body disposed of, with the feds alleging that Big U took him out himself. Brick Baby and Loose Cannon were both arrested a part of this Rico, alleging they worked to further the Rolling 60 gang enterprise and committed crimes for Big U. Crimes that they both admitted to happily on the No Jumper podcast. Now, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, and Big U have all been on the No Jumper podcast. Brick Baby literally incriminated himself on live while Adam 22 was sitting right there.
It was a show yesterday. I love you, Adam. I'm not tripping off of you. It ain't nothing like that, cuz frustrated right now, bro. On 6-0, cause ain't no 40s coming to the 60s pushing no issues. Rolling 60s. Ain't near 40 coming to the 60s with no type of drama, nigga. The only reason I ain't come outside and kill one of these niggas, cause I was in front of these niggas. Dead homies.
Oh yeah. Slap of honor, right? Yeah.
They say you can't say that no more.
Why? Oh yeah, cause of no. Like
They
who died?
say you can't say that no more.
Oh, cause of FVG Cash? Or who?
Nah, cause Lil Pop.
Oh.
That's tough.
What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more. That's the new term, like no more slide for mine.
Because of Lil Pop. Now, after that incident, though.
Instead of Adam turning off the live and stopping his friend from incriminating himself, he let Brick Baby snitch on himself openly. Adam 22 did the same with Loose Cannon, as he was openly snitching on robbing people for Big U, snitching on himself and Big U, claiming Big U set up multiple rappers and allegedly played a role in the demise of Nipsey Hussle.
The TV show like a while back, right? And I'm on a phone. He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got. I'm like, 6-0. I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey. I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone. And I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got? You didn't even mention it.
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it. I was listening. So after I talked to Nipsey, and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung the phone. I thought, Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just Nipsey. And so I'm like,
wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got.
Yeah.
You hadn't called Nip. Nip answered the phone.
And
you
like just talking regular. So it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
you don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so. It'd be like it'd be hot one minute, it'd be cold the next minute, and it'd be lukewarm. Like you just
30 minutes after you get out the phone, Nip.
Yeah, I got it.
So he hit you a little too early.
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early. But the homies know. So it's like it's not like I'm saying something that they don't know. You can say so.
Now, do you really think it's a coincidence that the man who came out of nowhere, whose father is connected to the elite, who randomly started having gang members on his show, just so happened to provide a platform for these gang members to snitch on themselves that was used by the feds? Adam 22 is an agent. He is just doing his job, playing his role. For years, people called Vlad TV the feds, but it turned out it was Adam 22 the whole time. Adam has been trying to get rappers to snitch on themselves for years now. He tried to do the same to Yella Beezy, trying to trick him into snitching on himself for taking out Mode 3.
Yeah, definitely. I did want to ask this, is you barely acknowledged it. You barely ever had anything to say about it, but there was a lot of tension, at least on record, the people talking online between you and Mode 3. Now that he's passed, how do you view all that? Like, are you able to admit that he was, an important factor in the city for that period of time, or is it still just you can't say anything?
Nah, I ain't never had no attention to nobody.
Right.
That was it.
Right.
I ain't never been no attention to nobody.
Look at this guy. I saw you give Vlad an answer like that at one point too.
I'm serious. I don't have a problem with people.
Right.
He ain't had no problem with me.
Dallas creates a lot of gangsters, because I was actually looking back at my old interview with him, and I said basically the same thing to him.
After the internet began pointing fingers at Adam for being an agent, he went on social media to deny the arrest being his fault or due to the No Jumper platform.
People saying that 22 is the reason why Brick got caught up. 22, you know what I do? I put people in position, put them on the podcast, give them jobs, help them make legal money. A lot of the shit they're getting caught up for, especially with Brick, it's like, I'm not seeing anything that says anything about stuff that he's done in the last 2 years since he was us, right? So, end of the day, I do employ people from the streets. And I guess, people from the streets sometimes get caught up in federal RICO indictments. And all I can say is that, yes, I may crack a joke here and there. I'm sorry, that's just my sick sense of humor. But end of the day, that's my boy. I'm standing with him. Loose, I got love for Loose, too. We're going to be documenting this whole thing, helping him along the way, whatever it is. So anybody acting like this is because of No Jumper, No Jumper was the antidote to this.
To me, this response just further proves his role in bringing down the urban community. Like he said, he purposely employed gang members, put them in front of a mic, and rewarded them for snitching on themselves. He knew what he was doing the entire time. He knew this was going to be the outcome, and it's the reason he was planted in the industry. Even academics is pointing out that Adam 22 and the No Jumper platform are being used by the feds.
No Jumper, or at least attempt to. If they don't do that, it leads me to what Wax said. Well, what the person asked Wax, why didn't they, if both guys get locked up, why didn't they just raid No Jumper and lock him up? The next thing it leads, so here's the other part. If they don't subpoena no footage, security footage from Adam, from the No Jumper warehouse, it's only because the feds look at that as an asset. Remember I told you. Because you know why you don't lock up these two niggas and kick the door down at No Jumper? Because you spook No Jumper. And if you're looking at No Jumper as the place where gang members come to tell on themselves, you don't want to spook No Jumper. No Jumper.
As you heard for yourself, academics is pointing out the obvious. The No Jumper platform is being used by the feds. Like I said almost 3 years ago now, Adam 22 is an agent. He was sent into hip-hop to corrupt and destroy. He has been promoting simp culture onto hip-hop fans. He also used his platform to destroy the sanctity of marriage. as he claimed out of his own mouth that he married his wife.
If you don't know how to make chords, this is it.
You can drag one of these chord progressions in. Boom, just like that. It's a vibe.
And made her sleep with another man on camera to spit in the face of God.
Believe in God and we got married. Seems like that's kind of confusing to some people.
For business strat. That's why you guys got married.
No, because we wanted to celebrate.
You guys talked about it when you got married. You guys talked about, imagine destroy the sanctity of the Bible. That was a satanic demoralization, alchemic ritual.
I like the way that you're thinking. Because, yeah, I don't believe in God. And maybe what better way to spit in the face of God? Better way to spit in the face of God than to get married.
Well, hold on.
And then let her a large man.
He also set up many gang members to snitch on themselves so they can be arrested. Adam was given this platform for this role since the very beginning. Agent 22 was sent in to destroy LA hip-hop from the inside. Sadly, he has succeeded, and now we are seeing those he brought around him pay the consequences. All I can say is that I tried to warn the world about Adam all those years ago, and if more people would have listened, they could have avoided this. Well, I'm gonna end this one here. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
That's wild, bro. That's wild. Hey, I told y'all. I told y'all, bro. When Truth make a video, he talk that ish, man. He talking that ish, man. For real. You know? Excuse me. But it is crazy how, you know, this all centered around No Jumper. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But, you know, people gonna shake back, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know. But that's the end of the video. We're gonna get out of here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, bro.